I'm Jared watching the Tampa Bay Lightning play the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. And this is a series that I probably watched the least of any series. It's not that I wasn't looking forward to seeing if New Jersey could take down Tampa or if Tampa could slay New Jersey. It was just the fact that there were so many other great series going on. Toronto versus Boston, that rivalry. Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia, that rivalry. The Minnesota Winnipeg series was fantastic hockey to watch. There was just so much other great hockey going on that I felt like this was the series, to me personally, that was the most uninteresting as far as what teams were playing against each other. I did watch, obviously, some of the series. I watched more than half of the series, but still there were games that I did miss. And the hockey that I did watch from the series, I did make a list of some things that I noticed and some things that I wanted to talk about. So obviously, the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the New Jersey Devils, but it wasn't as an easy series as people would have predicted. They really showed a lot of fight, and by they I mean New Jersey. They were competitive in a lot of this series, and if it wasn't for a few factors, this series could have gone pretty far. And one of those factors was goaltending. And in the first couple of games, I think the first two games, they started Kincaid. And I said that they would before the series started because of the great play that he had in the last 2 or so months of the season. He played really well. I think everyone thought that he would start. He did. And he didn't play bad, but he didn't play like he was in the last half of the regular season. So Kincaid starts, and then they put in Schneider. Schneider played really, really well. If you look at Schneider's numbers, if you don't include this season, or even if you don't include, if you just take last season out of it, his numbers are the best in the National Hockey League in the past eight or 9 years, I think. Like his numbers are really good. He's really underestimated in the NHL. He had a tough year last year, bounced back a little bit this year. And I really thought he played well the last couple of games in the series. I don't blame him for any of the losses whatsoever. Nico Hischier, I felt like he was all over the ice. I felt like he had a really good series. As far as the games that I watched, or the pieces of the games that I watched, I really felt like he had an impactful series. You didn't see him on the score sheet a lot, but I felt like he made some important plays from what I watched, and I felt like he was everywhere. I heard his name called all the time. Taylor Hall had an amazing series, as expected. He had an amazing run in the regular season, basically putting the team on his back and getting them into the playoffs, and he led this team in scoring in this series. He was tremendous as well. Will Butcher was really strong. His puck cycling ability is incredible for a young kid. Very underrated. Nobody's talking about him in the official NHL analysts world. There's a little bit of talk about him, but he doesn't get enough attention, that's for sure. I thought he made some good plays, but in general, I felt he was a little bit invisible. I watched him play in person in the preseason against Ottawa in Summerside, and he was incredible. He was unbelievable, and I was so excited to watch him play this year in New Jersey. And he had an okay season. He didn't have the season that I was expecting based on how he played in the preseason, based on the skill and talent that I saw from him. And unfortunately, he didn't have a great series. He wasn't on the score sheet. He did make some good plays, like I said, but still not the series that I would have hoped from him. New Jersey, they lacked the offensive depth. They have depth to an extent, but I don't think they have offensive depth. And I think that really, really hurt them against Tampa Bay, considering how stacked Tampa Bay is, even just specifically on the back end defending. New Jersey special teams were not good at all. But when you play Tampa Bay, a team that has so much offensive firepower, one of the best power plays in the NHL, to have them basically run a clinic on the power play against New Jersey, you can't judge New Jersey too much for struggling against Tampa Bay while they were on the power play. That's for sure. Kucherov, 10 points in 5 games. Kucherov doing Kucherov things. He slowed down in the last half of the regular season. I thought he had a really strong series from what I saw of him. He made a couple of pretty terrible giveaways in certain situations, but when an offensive player like that gets 10 points in 5 games and is such an impactful player on the series offensively, you can't really complain that much, I guess. If you look at the players that Tampa acquired, 2 specifically, JT Miller and McDonough, in that huge Rangers Tampa trade, they were so impactful in this series. Both players, Miller and McDonough, were in the top 6 in points for the Tampa Bay Lightning. If you remove those 2 players, does Tampa Bay still win the series? Yeah, I definitely think they still win the series, but look at what Yzerman did. He brought in those 2 players. McDonough was the captain of the Rangers. Ton of experience, ton of playoff experience. Miller, a very offensively gifted player, a very fast player, brought them into a team that they fit in with. There's no learning curve, I felt, for them as far as structure and stuff. Tampa Bay is a very fast team. I just feel like they're a really good fit. The proof is in the pudding in this series. They were really, really, really good. I also thought Killorn had a really great series. He was all over the ice, as well as Gord, Palat, and Point. Braden Point is very underrated. Very good centerman, and very exciting to watch. Hedman was left pointless. This kind of shocked me a little bit. One of the best offensive players one of the best offensive defensemen in the NHL, and he was left scoreless. So good job to New Jersey for shutting him down and keeping him off the score sheet. In this series, I predicted that Tampa Bay would win in 5. The result was Tampa Bay winning in 5. So not only did I predict the right team, but I predicted the right amount of games too. So I'm happy about that. But still, again, I screwed up on the Anaheim prediction. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry because my second favorite team beat them, but I'm sorry for my bracket. I apologize. Maybe next year I'll make you feel a little bit better. Anyways, hope you guys watched this series. A little bit more than me, unfortunately. There's so much hockey going on. Just couldn't watch it all. But thanks for watching this video, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to be filming 2 videos after this that'll be releasing soon. So if you could hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed and catch those videos, I would really appreciate that. And if you like this video, hit the like button down below. I'd appreciate that as well. And I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.